Hey guys, so today I just wanted to run you through the process that I use in order to import a vehicle from the United States. So this is just the way that I've done it. It's worked twice for two of the motorcycles that I've imported. Some of you might not think that this is the correct way of doing it, but for me it's worked twice and I haven't had any inspections on the bikes. So I'm just going to run you through how I've done it. So the first thing you'll get when you get your bike from the United States is you will have, or what I have had, has been a Nova. Now the Nova is the customs charge on the bike from being imported from the USA into the United Kingdom. Now I've bought this off a dealer, so the Nova is already paid. If you import the bike yourself, then you will obviously have to pay the Nova on the vehicle, which is the customs charge and the tax on the vehicle when it comes into the United Kingdom. The other thing that I got was obviously the invoice and the receipt for the bike. It's basically just the details on how much the bike costs, the model of the bike, the mileage, etc., etc. So, so once you have these forms here, the first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to send away for a V555. Now, a V555 is just the application for the first registration in the United Kingdom. It says on the form that all parts need filling in, otherwise it will be rejected. That's not the case, so don't be put off by the form when you see it. It looks complicated. It has random gumph on it, like the CO2 levels and the mass of this and particles of this and stationary sound level and all that sort of crap, but you just need to fill out the parts that are relevant for your bike. So for me, the parts that I had to fill in were, I'll go through the numbers so you can just have a look on your own V55 and you can just go through and just making sure that you're filling out the numbers, the boxes with the numbers in. So the numbers that I filled in were 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 29, 30, 31 and 32. Now I'll just run through these quickly. So you've got tax class and period of tax. So the period of tax would be months, weeks, whether you want 6 months or a year. The manufacturer would be Yamaha. For me, in my case, it was a Yamaha. The make of the bike, the model of the bike. Type of the body of the vehicle. If that was a car, you explain the type of body of the vehicle. The wheel plan, for me it was 2 wheels because obviously it's a motorcycle. If you were using a trike, you'd obviously put 3 wheels, etc., etc. Color of the bike, so the main color of the tank and the side panels, and then ignore all this gumph. Then you go up to the top and it will say state, country, vehicle purchased from. You just put USA, that's where mine was from, United States of America. Type of fuel, petrol, the VIN and the engine number. So obviously your VIN number is on the front of the bike, and then the engine number is on the bottom of the engine. The cylinder capacity, so what cc the bike is, and then that's it. And then turn the page over, and then you'll want to fill in just some information about yourself. So, you know, Mr. Mrs. Miss, title, first name, surname. Don't worry about the DVLA fleet number, your address, your post town, your postcode, and then your date of birth. So that's 46 and 47 on the reverse of the page. Next, you'll want to do the vehicle exempt from type approval, which is number 48. That means is the bike exempt from tax. If it was registered before 1972, then you could put yes. The reason for the exemption is the date it was registered would be before 1972. If the bike was registered after 1972, then you wouldn't have to put anything, because obviously you'd be paying the tax on the vehicle, so 6 months or 12 months. Number 49, ignore. Number 50, ignore. Number 51, ignore, because that's all about goods vehicles. Your declaration. Now I filled in the declaration here only purely because I had some of the documents, so I just thought I would fill it in. So I had valid documentation confirming the vehicle's keeper's name and address details, or a filled in notification of name of addresses, which is a check V959. Now you'll get that once you get your documents back, but I sent away bank statements, and council tax details, because obviously I have my name and my address on. The duty payable where appropriate. Now that is going to be your £55 that you send away for your V55 form. So in order to get this processed, you have to pay £55, and also you would put in with that, you would put your amount for your tax for either 6 months or 12 months. So you would get a postal order, or you would write a check for the entire amount, so the £55 plus whatever your tax would be for 6 months or 12 months, and then you'll send that away with the V55. So you also sign and date, and then that's pretty much all you do on the V55. So once you've got that, when I first was looking into getting the bike registered, there was a bit of confusion with something called a letter of conformity. Now, a letter of conformity is a letter from the manufacturer. It's like a dating letter of the first registration. They want to see a letter of conformity in regards to when the vehicle was first dated. I never actually got that. I was also told that you didn't need that, and it actually turns out that you don't need that. If the DVLA had been a little bit tight, then you might need it, but other than that, I wouldn't worry too much about it. So the next thing you'll need is the title. Now the title will always come with the bike. The title is the same as a V5C in the United Kingdom, or a pink slip in America. Now you'll receive this when you import the bike. Now what you'll have to do is you'd have to send that away with your V55, so you have your title, your V55, and you'd also have your documents for registration. So you'd have your bank statement, or your or council tax bill, or just a bill to showing that you are at that address and your name. So what you need after that is you will need your passport. Now all I did was made 3 photocopies of my passport, not the outside but the inside with all the details on. So I made 3 copies of that, and I put it with the V55, the title. So now you've got your 3 copies of your passport, your V55 and your title. So after that, like I've explained, you will need your money or postal order for the registration of the vehicle and your tax. So along with your V55, your passport and your title, you'll need obviously your postal order, which would be the entire amount for both the tax and the registration. So £55 for the registration, and then whatever your tax would be. Okay, so the next thing you'll need is, or the next thing that I sent away was my actual driving license, the paper part of my driving license. You will get this sent back, so don't worry too much, they will send it back. So just add that in with your with the rest of your documents. So the last thing you'll need is your MOT certificate. Now this one sometimes can be a little bit difficult to get hold of, or some insurance companies won't insure the bike unless it has a UK registration. Now what I did is I rung around a few insurance companies, and I found a company that would insure me on the VIN number and the chassis number. So I went ahead and started the insurance with them, and they can only insure me to get the vehicle to the MOT centre. So they will insure you, but they won't insure you fully until the bike has a valid registration. So I got the bike insured, and I rode it to the MOT centre. Passed the MOT, I got an MOT certificate, which is the one you'll see here, my MOT certificate. Brought the bike home, and then I sent away all these documents here to the DVLA. Now let's just double check that you've got all your documents, and then you're ready to send it all away. So let's start firstly, V55. So V55 is filled out completely. Then you'll need your passport, or a copy of your passport. Don't send your passport, you'll just need a copy of your passport. Well, I did 3 individual copies of your passport. So copies of your passport there. Your MOT certificate, also in there. I sent away the paper part of my driving license. I also sent away the monies, £55 plus whatever the tax was for the year, and also a bill or council tax, just to verify my address. So once you've received your documents back in the post, mine took around about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get back. Once you get them back, you will get your receipt for your amounts that you've paid. So I've got my first registration fee was £55 here, and then I've got tax also at £82. So my total amount was £137. So you'll get that back. Then you'll also get your number plate authorization certificate, which will give you your registration. It'll give you all the details that you need to get your first number plate made up for the bike. Now this is the thing you've been waiting for. I was pretty excited when it came through the post because I had all my documents ready. So all I had to do was get a license plate, and I could just ride the bike. So that's it. All in all, it took me around about 2 weeks to get everything sorted for the bike. So yeah, if you have any questions or any information that you need, I will put some of the information that I've used in the link below. But yeah, if you have any questions, then let me know. Thanks very much. Bye.